Okay, we're
Yeah.
live.
Fuck. So quick. Well, just out of the gate, welcome to the Brian McCarthy interview show. I know we're 2 weeks out. Oh, so much has happened with
Right?
with the new year.
Where
And
to start?
as you can tell, we're at January 6th today.
Yeah.
Oof, what a zoo it is
Peaceful
today.
protest.
Yeah, it's peaceful. We were just, we were patriotic tourists. That's all it was. And I wanted a paperweight, and the paperweight was going to be Mike Pence's head.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Yep.
now, anyway, I don't get political, but MAGA. Anyway, welcome to the show. In case you were wondering, we did threw a little money into the show here, so thank you Patreon that paid for one key on the laptop,
Right.
but it's not your fault.
A week of Apple Care.
Yeah, the show's not popular. But what we did is, I bought a brand new laptop. So that's what it is. It is a Gateway Pentium 2. Got it on eBay. $75. Yeah, it's got about 9
Lightly used.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got a lot
by
of coffee.
a very nice gamer.
Yeah, a lot of coffee stains on it. Yeah, this guy loved Quake. That's what he played. Played a lot of Duke 'em.
Okay.
Duke 'em Nukem. Anyway,
Nice.
welcome to the show. If you're listening, of course, it's a podcast. If you're watching, it's either on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you're watching, I'll just say it one time and I'll get it over with, because nothing annoys me more than I'm trying to watch one of my unboxing cat toy videos, and they go, smash that before you've even smashed, ring the bell, smash the like. It does help, and then, of course, across the board, it's Brian M. Show on all the various social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. It's Brian McCarthy Interview Show. And then for some reason, if you're a real dork, there's a website. So that's brianmshow.com, brianpmccarthy.com. I don't know. There's like 9.
And that's like a GeoCities, right? With a lot of kind of pixelated glitter and
Angel Fire.
Angel Fire.
Yeah, yes. It only works on dial-up. So what you want to do
the guy from Heaven's Gate built it. Yeah. Right?
Oh, God, it's so funny. I thought you were talking about that Michael Landon show where he was an angel and he went around.
I don't know that.
Heaven Can Wait. No, because Heaven Can
Wait
sounds
really.
Heaven Can Wait was the movie that they made with Bruce Jenner, of all people.
Michael Landon was an angel.
He was an angel. And he had a big drunk guy with a beard, and they went around solving people's he was like he was a real angel. I think he was a horrible alcoholic who beat his kids. And then Heaven Can Wait was a movie that they remade with Chris Rock, where he played a comic who came back to life as an angel.
Sure.
But
Highway to Heaven?
Highway to Heaven. That's it.
I did not know that. I was thinking it was something that was on the tip of my brain, but I did not know that. But what was the one with, there was that other kind of vaguely Christian show.
Little House on the Prairie?
With, no, I'm just going to.
Small Wonder, about the guy who makes a little girl robot and he fucks her to death, puts her in robot hell.
No,
comes all up
certainly not that one.
Comes all up in her
faith-based TV shows.
Comes in a robot guts. Faith-based TV show.
It was like a kind of a seventh no, not seven. Okay, so I was thinking
7 Minutes in Heaven.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking of a different one that was on Fox.
Okay.
That was like Touched by an Angel.
Ooh.
That was my
Show me the doll where the angel touched you. Show me on the doll.
Touched by an Angel.
I don't know. Touched by an Angel.
With let me find the
We're all over the place. Cast. What do they fucking break their arm or something? Go ahead.
Let's got you going. Touched.
I remember I found, and I've actually been looking for it because I'd love to show it to you and the audience writ large. But when I went to Dumbarton Middle School for my first time around in 7th grade, because I did it twice. My first time in 7th grade, I got my yearbook.
Practice makes perfect.
You would think, but remember Miss McKelvey? I didn't pass math. That's what it was. But I don't think you can even fail grades anymore. I don't think they let you do that. I don't think it's a thing.
No Child Left Behind. No. I think I got some of that treatment.
How do you mean?
I think I was just sort of pushed through.
No, not me.
Yeah.
I
skated by on Charm, I think.
Oh boy, must be a lean year for Charm that year.
Well, I was dating my
Michael Landon.
Like art history teachers.
To stop
niece.
right there, art history teacher.
Yeah, and I was not doing well in that class, but she had to pass me.
Oh, she was a female.
Yeah.
One of my art teachers, Mr. Diaz, he was an art teacher and he died of AIDS, like right while we were there.
Wow.
Yeah, which is weird because I used to share McMuffin with him. Egg McMuffin.
Did you really?
No.
Oh.
You want a piece of this, Mr. McCoffee?
I don't think you can get AIDS from maybe a McGriddle. You can get AIDS
or a McRib for sure. Oh, those things have HIV just out of the gate. I remember taking the train once. I know we're all over the place, everybody. I'm sorry. It's just been a couple of weeks. We'll settle down. But I was taking the subway. That's what we call the train here in New York. And I sat across from a woman and I just watched her methodically take a McRib apart and just eat the whole thing. But she took.
What do you mean took it apart?
Like she had it.
Piece?
It was like
she ate it open face.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like she was looking for her car keys in the fucking McRib.
It was a truck stop. Like it was a hot beef commercial.
Yeah, we were all alone. It was one of those like the F train, which is a train out in Brooklyn. Well, I mean, it comes into Manhattan at some point, but I was coming in from Coney Island, and she and I were the only ones on the train. I sat across from her, and I was fascinated. It was like she got this thing out of the bag. She opened up the paper, and then she had the McRib there. She took the top off, and then she started just licking like it was like. I was like, boy, I've never been harder in my whole life watching this woman. But she was like homeless. I don't know. She had nothing. But it was like, I got this McRib and I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
But not as God intended. She ate the roll. She ate the rib. It's not really a rib. It's like a patty.
No, it's like a chopped and formed kind of. Right, pork-like.
Yes.
Probably pork and beef. Or something.
Paul Dinnan loved the McRib.
Paul Dinnan's in the chat right now.
Oh, Paul must be all excited because we're talking about McRib. Hi, buddy. I love you.
Can you get the McRib where he lives?
Well, I know that you can have them. I think I don't want to misspeak, but I think you can have them like mailed to you, like frozen.
Okay.
There's a whole like culture of McRib
Monthly
aficionados. There's a whole like McRib scene, kind of like the Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
Same people.
Right.
Anyway, so welcome to the show. Happy New Year. We'll get out of the way. What did you do for New Year's? Anything fun?
I went to
some sort
bar
of bar
called Jack Doyle's.
Oh,
no. Quite the
Street?
contrary. I know where you were going.
Yeah.
Urban. No, it was very white.
Isn't that on 23rd Street?
30.
Oh, never mind.
Second, maybe, but that's where they show the Minnesota Vikings games.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not a huge Minnesota Vikings guy, but it's like nostalgic. I watched with my grandma when I was a kid. And one
Did you
of my
bring her
buddies,
ashes?
Yeah, I brought the urn, put it right there next to the.
Hey, Grandma, look where we're at.
And so they had a game.
Okay.
And so we were like, all right, the food's decent. It's like pub, whatever.
Sure.
I'm like, let's go we'll watch the game and then ring in the new year just afterwards. We rang in the new year.
There were a lot
saw some really drunk people. One of my favorite things is and I was sick too, so I didn't drink at all.
No.
But one of my favorite things is watching inebriated people on, because that's you were a big drinker. That's the weekend warriors. They come out and
it is what
drink all day, and
it's amateur night.
Yeah, it's amateur night, right? So got to see some really, really drunk. Saw a guy like throw a Guinness at his face.
Why?
Like he was so drunk. He was just so drunk. He just kind of went like, and it was like baptized himself in it.
Did he hurt himself? Or
I don't
think
the
glass
stayed in his hand, but it was like, he was trying to take a drink, but he just kind of like threw the liquid at it. It was fucking great.
That is great.
Got to see some real drunk people watch some football, had a steak.
So a crowd like that, was it almost exclusively Minnesotans?
Well, there was a big like private party thing. Like that whole area was
the politest private party ever.
Oh, they weren't Minnesota. They were just general pub folk.
Oh.
But there's a bunch of people that come that watch the games. So it wasn't as crazy because it was New Year's Eve.
So how did you know? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm interested. So hold on. So you
go ahead.
What's got you? What do you wear? Some Viking helmets on your fucking head or something? You're gonna go to Newfoundland Leaf Erickson because it's autumn leaf. But my question is, how did you go with a friend? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. My buddy Andy, you met him a long time ago, but it was in your drinking days.
All right, I'm an alcoholic. We all get it. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
I remember Andy.
He's a nice young man.
White guy, 5'8", between 5'8" and 5'14".
Right. A lot of cable knit sweaters.
Yep. Jeans, probably wears pants sometimes in the winter. I know this guy. I'm familiar.
You know. Just him and my girlfriend.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, how did you know?
So we go there occasionally.
Oh, so it's like one of those,
on a Sunday, or if there's a sort of a Vikings game that we want to watch.
Okay,
and it's like out of it's not going to be televised here.
There are different bars. I don't know if it's like this in other cities, but there are different bars in New York. Like if you like the
there's literally probably for anything you can imagine.
But it's specific to football. Like if you like the Baltimore Ravens, there will be like a bar, and they call themselves like a Ravens Nest.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Weirdly I want to look up because I like the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, they're all over the place. They're
sure. Probably the closest thing I have to a team.
Really?
Yeah, I really like them.
Do you just like them because they all the football players are always beating their wives in elevators and things like that?
Yeah.
You ever see a video?
Domestic violence. Yeah.
You see a video of the guy from the Baltimore Ravens in the elevator when he
I forget who that was. Was that Ray Rice or no?
Yeah, I believe it was Ray Rice. Yeah, I think it was.
That was before I took a long break with football.
Okay.
And the last like 3-4 years, I've just gotten really gotten into it. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a funny football thing or whatever. So I spent.
What do you got?
Go ahead.
What
are you, pigskin? What do you look in the mirror? Something you would think of football. So I spent New Year's Eve and I went to Plano, Texas with my daughter for basically she had a friend of hers from camp. And I took her to Plano. And the idea was I was going to spend a few days now Plano it's in Dallas, but it's like a suburb in North. I mean, Texas
suburb
is
of Dallas.
Yes, but it's huge. Like it's a big. I don't want to get into it, but anyway, so it's like basically like you get in the airport, and about 30 minutes north of Dallas is the town of Plano. which has been absorbed into the Dallas greater metropolitan area. And I stayed at the Marriott and I had nothing to do there. But I brought my daughter to see her friend. So the idea was like my daughter would see her friend and she would hang out and see her friend, and they were roommates from camp and catch up. And I was just gonna fucking hang around and just do really nothing. But I will get into this in a minute, much to the chagrin of my mother, if she's listening. But I don't think whatever. Who cares at this point? Who cares? But I have a cousin who lives in Plano, Texas, and I am very close to his brother who lives in DC, and then his other brother who lives in Denver, who I'm also close with, and his sister who lives outside of Denver. I'm sorry.
Wait, is that your gay cousin that you went to like a leather bar?
Yes.
A bear bar.
It was a bear bar. Yeah, there were leather daddies there, but it was mainly a bear crowd. There were also flannel shirts and hot pants and the whole scene. So there's my wife.
Hopefully
Hi, honey.
Not together. Could you imagine?
What do you mean? Just a big pile?
I was being catty.
Oh God! Well,
flannel shirts and hot pants.
I think if you start off being a bear bar, I don't think you can like break it off into. It's all are welcome. You know what I mean? Like you can wear a stained T-shirt, that says something funny on the front. Like I'd rather be cubbin instead of clubbin. Sure. That's a kind of a funny bear shirt. But anyway, so okay. The point is,
I break for otters.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Barely legal.
Okay.
The puns go on and on and on. Dash. Bye. I love you. Goodbye. I know. She's so annoyed. I know.
Goodbye.
I don't know. I don't think my wife likes me anymore. We'll talk about that later. She's like, so it's kind of like at what point
it happens.
At one point, can you just divorce your kind of blind husband and no one would be like, oh, you should have done that. I think no one would give her a hard time. Anyway, so we'll see. But
you probably have to disappear.
All I want is my Darth Vader helmet and all this stuff.
You have to call up like Saul Goodman's guy, the vacuum salesman, and just like meet at a bus stop and fucking disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
With the kids.
I'm like after 20 years of marriage, I have an $800 secured Discover card, a Darth Vader helmet, and some lights and a microphone, but not the laptop. Because that's too soon. Anyway, so okay, all right. I'm getting all over the place. So,
Plano, Texas.
But I had spoken with. There's a bunch of things I want to talk about that happened in Plano. But so this cousin of mine, I've only seen this guy twice in 25 years. Let's just call him Kevin. And we use a nom de plume. So, and I'd only seen him about 25, not for any reason other than he lives in Texas and I live here, so I don't see the guy. But we're not friendly, but we also don't talk to each other. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean,
but maybe if he was in New York.
Well, oh, there you go. Then wait, yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. So on the 20,
sounds like I hit a nerve.
Oh, a pinched nerve. You're a chiropractor of emotion. Yeah. So juicy. You've got the big crook. So I spoke to Kevin and I sent him a text message. Actually, no, sorry. I want to really get this straight. So I'm going to get there on the 29th, but on the 27th, I was kind of like, my daughter and I had already figured out we were going to go, but I was going to use points. And so I had to figure out the whole deal. So I talked to Kevin on the phone on the 27th.
Can we call him like Douglas?
Why?
Just because everybody's going to think you're talking about Kevin Brennan.
Oh. No, well, okay. Will this be enough? I'm not talking about Kevin.
Yeah, but
Brennan.
they're going to tune in 2 minutes and go, "What happened?"
Oh, okay. It's not.
It's just going to be confusing.
We'll call him
Douglas.
K Dog.
K Dog.
Okay. Or do you want
K-Man?
Are these people so stupid I can't say even the word K?
I don't think so. Not unless there's three of them in a row.
Okay,
that they understand.
So K Dog, my cousin, not.
Yeah, you can just say your cousin.
Right. Okay, fair enough. My cousin. Fair enough. Okay. I'm exhausted. That was our show, folks. Join the Patreon. Thank you. Get a t-shirt. Bye-bye. So anyway, I had spoken with him on the phone on the 27th. And again, I haven't spoken to this guy in a very long time. Matter of fact, the last time I saw him was my stepfather's funeral, which was already 7 years ago. Crazy. But where does the time go? You're not my dad. Mm-hmm. So Kevin, so I was there. So I saw him. But even before that, it'd been a long time. Anyway, I hopefully I've established enough that there's no real relationship, but we are cousins. And so we talked on the phone and I said, hey, believe it or not, I'm coming to Plano, Texas. Now, he lives in Plano, Texas. Okay. So,
wow.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? So I said, hey, I'm coming to Plano. I said, I don't know. I said, and I made it abundantly clear. I have no friends. I should have ended that sentence right there. I have no friends. Talk to you later. But I don't know
Plano or otherwise.
Plano or fancy, even in fancy right, Texas, yes. In Plano, Texas or Fancio, Texas, I have no fans. Fancio, Texas. Even our rhinestones have rhinestones.
Right. Accessorized.
Yeah, we are just so damn happy to see you here. Steal the election.
Plain.
Yeah. So Sarah, plain and tall, and so anyway, so I said, talked on the phone, and I said, I'm coming to Plano, Texas. I don't know my plans aren't yet necessarily, but I have nothing to do there. No, blah, blah, blah. And you're my cousins or whatever, listen, if you want, he goes, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. Absolutely. I said, okay, great. Again, I have no plans. What I'll do is I'll send you a text message and I'll give you all my details and I'll just wait to hear from you because not to put too fine a point on it, but I have nothing to do and blah, 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 blah.
I think almost legally he has to hang out with you.
Well, if so, he's in a supermax prison.
Maybe able to subpoena him for this.
Yeah.
Because
him and Orhan, they're both going to get sued.
Yes.
My long line
can you
of
bundle. Can you bundle your small claims?
Oh, you can. Nice. And I am. Yep. Yeah. Getting a
quality time.
Yep. Yeah. So immediately after we got off the phone, I sent to him a text message and I go, hey, great talking to you. As soon as I have my details, I'll send them to you. And I guess I'll see you this weekend. There you go. So then like I said, we had used some sort of points and things, So once I got everything squared away, I said, hey, I'm coming into town on the 29th. I'm staying at the shout out to I'm staying at the hotel, which was in Plano, which was in something called the Legacy Center. I said exactly everything. I said, I'm coming the 29th. I'm leaving on the 2nd. I have nothing going on. Look forward to seing you. That's it. So now
pretty straightforward.
Oh, which is not easy for me. So I
said,
all right,
wiggle room.
Not a lot of wiggle room. So that was that. So on the 29th. So just to skip ahead, because I do want to hit on a couple of things that when I was in Texas, none of them were particularly interesting, but I think you might think they're funny. But so I don't hear from Kevin the whole time, and I'm getting like increasingly annoyed. Not because I even want to see the guy necessarily.
Yeah. It's like just kind of etiquette.
Yeah. I also feel like now I'm like an asshole. Like I'm like, because now I'm like, what?
When somebody comes to visit New York City,
yes,
there's less pressure because they were coming here.
However, like in the context of cousins and family and that kind of thing, I feel it is incumbent upon me to to at the very least offer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, and I always do.
Yeah. Just put it
I'm
out there.
there.
And also, if I offer, then I go through with it. And again, I'm not going to cite too many examples because I think then like the lady doth protesteth too mucheth. But it's kind of like there have been many, many, many examples over the
I
years.
think you should text him all the examples for sure.
Well, if I hadn't blocked him. Oh, shit.
Stop.
What the fuck?
You blocked your cousin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what did I tell you about blocking your cousin?
Well, I paid for that abortion, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But no, like over the years, I've had cousins that I'm not even friendly with that have come through New York, and let's say, for example, there's a cousin that's always really mean to me growing up, and there was a fish show on New Year's Eve, and this cousin, even though we have no relationship, reached up out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, can me and 4 of my friends stay in your apartment to see the fish show?"
Ooh.
And what did I say? Yeah, sure. Why not? I know that a hotel room is $1 million a night and blah, blah, blah. And this was arguably 28 years ago, but sure. So I put myself out there. And again, I'm not that I'm some hero. I mean, maybe, and so this is where it is. So I don't hear from this guy the 29th, the 30th, 31st. And then now it's the 1st. It's New Year's Day. And right around 10 in the morning, when at this point, I've just been like, fuck this guy. I don't even care.
Yeah,
like, it's
fine
to me. Yeah. I go, ho. And I said, now on the 10 o'clock in the morning on the 1st, I get a text message from this guy. And he goes, "Hey, if you want to come over in a couple hours, you can." Like, number one, not that my visual impairment
way worse than ghosting.
Thank you.
Just
what?
Ghost me.
Get over here.
Right?
Get over here. Sit on my knee. I'll show you.
Let's wait for your wife to leave the room before we open mouth kiss.
I don't want. Oh, good. She laughed at you.
No, she's been giggling at all the things you said.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come here and kind of be a liaison to.
You want to watch this?
Like, let you know what she's enjoyed. She's enjoying that.
Okay, good.
I want more of that.
I do it all for her. I want her to enjoy.
She was loving it.
Okay, good. Well, I love you too, honey.
She even liked the cousin abortion thing.
Oh, did she really? Good.
Which is like maybe the deepest connection you could have with a man.
Yeah, I know. I pulled the baby right out of him.
You enjoy his incest jokes.
I sucked that baby. Oh, I thought you meant me getting my male cousin pregnant.
Oh,
I was like,
I don't know. You made a joke. I
did. Yes.
Yeah, abortion. You said, but my baby, my cousin.
Sorry, folks. We're a little rusty. We'll get our groove back. Don't worry. We're like Stella. I met this old rich black lady in Jamaica. Now I have to go home and I'm going to be mean to her son. That was had Stella got her groove back.
With that show. Oh, that's the movie.
Yeah, that was me. Meet Tyrese Beckford. Was that the name of the actor, the black guy?
Yeah, Tyrese something. I don't know what.
Me is so handsome. Me sold her a paddleboard.
I think this is Medea got her groove back.
Is that a movie?
No, it should be.
Oh, that'd be so.
I'm talking about a different program.
Yeah. I was molested as a boy. It's Tyler Perry, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's dial it back.
We got time.
Yeah, we do. Good. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, where are we going?
Yep. January 1st, 10 o'clock in the morning, I get a text message, and I actually, I should have. Is my phone like there? Maybe I didn't.
I got your phone.
Maybe I didn't block him. Although I think I deleted him. Let's look. See if Kevin,
Kevin cousin.
Yeah.
He's in here as Cuzzo.
Yeah, he's in there as dead to me at yahoo.com. I may have. Yeah, that's when I did. And then he's gone.
Oh, but it might be. Well, how long ago would this have been?
Couple of days. I mean, whenever the 1st is. Today's the 5th.
I don't see any.
Nope. All right. Anyway,
let me look at your contacts.
Oh yeah, it would be in. Yeah. I think I may have like completely scorched earth with this guy. Anyway, so 10 a.m.
Oh, there's 2 other Kevins,
but neither one of that one. Does it rhyme with a G and with a D?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Are there any messages? Is there an active message thread with this guy?
Doesn't look like.
Okay. Well, then at the very least,
keep talking. All
right.
I'll look.
So 10 a.m. on New Year's Day, the guy sends me a message and he goes, "Hey, if you want to come over later today," and I'm like, number one.
Oh yeah, you deleted the thread.
Okay, fair enough. Because I think I was so annoyed. And then I think I started sending a message and I was like, you know what? Let me just end all this right now before that I give a fuck one way or another. So
does he have a family?
Okay, so here's
what's
the thing.
He got going on?
Number one, he's like my mother. My mother's like, well, maybe he.
I mean, if he's a single guy, or not even single, but just like, I don't know, you can make a little time, right?
1,000,000%.
Right?
Number
I
one,
sound like Uncle Leo.
yes. No, Uncle Leo.
Oh, it's sorry, I forgot you don't like Seinfeld. He's always talking about that's your cousin.
Oh, really?
He's always giving him
Okay.
updates on his cousin. He's like, okay,
all right, yeah, I don't want
he works for the Parks Department.
Oh yeah, I knew you like, with your proclivities. I'm sure you watch a show with Michael Richards on it.
Oh no, I love his stage work.
It's crowd work.
I like his later stuff.
I like it. Yeah, I'll say some of his material got me spooked. Anyway, so okay, couple of things. Number one, yeah, he's a couple years older than me. He's like 53, 54, something like that. He has 2 kids that I think they're in college. He has a wife, but I'm in Plano. He's also in the same town. I didn't even, it wasn't like I was like, hey, can we get together? He was like,
Right.
yeah, let's. And again, look, the guy, I don't even know, like on a cellular level, it's very rude to it, and also to reach out on the first and be like, to say, hey, you can come over in a couple of hours. Number one,
if you want.
Well, it's something to words to that effect. I am paraphrasing, but well, hold on. There was no offer to pick me up at the hotel. Okay. And
yeah, you would think, especially with your vision, it would be, let me come by. We'll get lunch.
How much of an asshole do you think I am? Where it's like, you send me it's not even like to send me, if he would have sent a message to me like, dude, listen, I've had a lot of stuff has gotten away from me all week, but clearly
some kind of explanation,
but he clearly
little effort, little explanation.
He doesn't think I am, he does not think he needs to afford me any sort of explanation.
Wow.
At all, which is fine. And again, I don't give a fuck. I don't know that, and now I really don't know this guy, but like we clearly are not friendly on a base level. He has no predilection towards any sort of like familial etiquette, which the whole thing to me was just like, wow, this guy really went out of his way to be like, fuck you. So all right, so that was it. So then,
or it sounds like he may have just completely forgotten.
No. Stop it. Okay. No, he did not completely forget. What's to forget? The cousin that he hasn't seen in 25 years is basically airdropped into the town that he lives in for 4 days over New Year's Eve.
I guess I don't know what he's got going on.
Well, it better be Hodgkin's disease because
it's that.
That lymph. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
lymph AIDS.
Yeah, cancer AIDS. I have cancer AIDS, Brian. I can't be there.
It's like flu Rona.
No, but he did tell me that on New Year. He was, because we talked on the phone on the 27th for like over 10, 15 minutes. And he was like, hey, he was asking me why I was going to be in town. And I was like, well, my daughter's friend, blah, blah, blah. We were joking around. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, I have plans New Year's Eve. Probably everybody has plans New Year's Eve, except for yours truly. And I want to tell you about that because you'll get a kick out of that. But he goes, yeah, I'm not around New Year's Eve. I said, well, listen, whatever time you can find. I gave him so many outs. I was like,
and it was how many days?
4 days.
4 days.
29, 30, 31, 1. 4 nights, 5 days.
I would say very least swing. Yeah, I'm swinging by. We're gonna have lunch. Me a
fucking break. Plus, the place where I stayed, my hotel, I was in this thing called the Legacy Center, which is very fancy. Yeah. They had a Marshall's and a Ross dress for less.
Oh wow!
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty hot. They had a Tommy Bahama.
Ooh, I love a Tommy Bahama.
I ate a plate of nachos on top of a Hawaiian shirt.
Wow!
So, yeah, it's very fancy. Made of the finest silks Malaysia had to offer,
with a divorcee.
Yeah, right. With one of those like tan freckle titted, right?
The bowling alley bartender
who just talked about her divorce the entire time.
And smoked long.
I should have known. I should have known.
Misty Slim 120.
Who goes on a fishing trip with their secretary? Can I get another mojito? You're paying for these, right?
Yeah.
This isn't part of the hour.
Cheryl.
This isn't part of the hour. This is my Texas single mom escort.
Wait, so which one? Oh, she's the escort, not you.
She's the escort, right? I met her on Eros because I thought it'd be classier. Eros.com. Yeah, this isn't part of the hour, honey. You go. No, I mean, we're gonna after the meal.
I'm not. You're not getting billed for this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wear. You're gonna thank me. You're gonna wear a condom during this blowjob. You're gonna thank me because I'm having an active month for the herpes. Anyway, so. All right. So now it's New Year's Day. The guy sends me this text message like, hey, you can come by, which means okay, a couple of things would have had to happen if I was enough of a simp that I would agree to do this. Number one, I'd have to go down to the front desk.
Slang, huh?
Well, the kids. I'm using the kids' terms. It's 2024 now. I'm doing it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fat daddy in it.
Okay.
I hate this show.
I don't know what that means. But
I know. I'm trying to make up like
something.
Middle-aged guy, like hip lingo.
Hep cat.
Yeah, I know. I've been MySpacing.
Daddy-o.
Hey, you guys are so busy TikToking, you don't see what's happening around you.
Right.
Put down the phone, kids. Look out. Open a window. So anyway, so this is what would have had to have happened. I would have had to say, text him back. Okay, great. Send me your address. Go. Pick out some sort of outfit that shows that I have more money than he does. Okay, which wouldn't be hard. Yeah. Put how many Gucci loafers can one wear on their feet? So go do that. Then I have to go down to the front desk, to the Marriott front desk, which they had enough of me. And then I would have said, hey, here's an address. Remember that cousin I keep telling you guys that's blowing me off all weekend? Not that I even care.
The staff knows.
The staff knew all about it. Here's his address, and they would have been like, he's not coming to pick you up. I know, but I should go anyway. I should go. I
just show up at his house.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like, had I had gone through with visiting him on his terms,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I would have had.
Oh, right.
Then I would have had to find a wine shop that's open, because I can't show up empty-handed at the guy's house, right?
Right.
I don't know if Texas has wine shops open on New Year's Day. Probably. They don't have very many laws down there. I don't know. So
yeah.
Then I would have to buy like an $80 bottle of champagne, something, not a bottle of Prosecco or something, an actual champagne.
Right.
Then I would have gone to his house and then had them, and then I sat on his couch, which is probably some sort of West Elm like set, and then watch him watch football.
Yeah.
And then to add insult to injury, I would have said, hey, can you use my phone to put my hotel address in so they can give me the 4-mile ride home?
Mm-hmm.
And he go, yeah, I'd love to drive you, but I've had a bunch of beers.
Sure.
I can't.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm still hung. Bro, hey, Brian.
Drank half a box of wine.
Maybe he calls me Bryant by, just on purpose, just to really fuck my mouth.
Brian.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, I'm still hung. So I'm so hungover from last night.
Like a fancier version of Brian.
Yeah. BRYANTT. Brian, listen.
Brian McCarthy, Esquire.
I'm so drunk from last night, I can't even drive you home. That's why I couldn't pick you up. I would have, bro ho. Yeah. And he's like, so how's your you ever married Jacqueline? I'm like, oh fuck me, what am I doing here? So anyway, so he sends me this message saying, hey, come to my house, and then we whatever. And then of course, so I sent him a message immediately. I'm like, listen, I have been here since the 29th of December. It's now January 1st. I've made other plans. Don't worry about it. That was it. Ooh, scorch, burn. Yeah. And then he just responds,
throw the phone in a river.
Oh yeah. I threw it right at the freeway that was outside the window of my hotel room. Yeah.
The overpass.
Take this to Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully this phone will go to Denton, Texas. Denton, what are you fucking getting a cavity or something? Go ahead.
Take this whole town to the fucking body shop. Get him some Bondo.
Yeah, fucking Bondo. What are you going to be in the Secret Service for fucking England or something? A license to fucking blow me or something? Go ahead. All right. Yeah. So anyway, I said, and of course he just responds and he goes, have a great day. So he's just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh yeah, this guy's a total piece of shit.
I mean, okay, so I mean, not to be like Mr. Brightside, but I would argue that not spending time with somebody that's a jackass is.
I'm thrilled how ultimately it turned out.
Sure,
I'm much more comfortable like not liking people than liking people, or and to me, ultimately, it is funny that this guy went so out of his way to be so incredibly inhospitable.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, immediately, I'm like, he's jealous. He's just jealous of how great I am. That's what. Yeah, he's jealous of how funny I am and how much good looking better I am.
Probably not feel like he's gonna get a word in.
Yeah, exactly.
The waitress will like your jokes better than his.
Well, and also his dad hated me And I don't, look, again, I can't think too much about this because I ultimately I know people go, I don't care, but I really don't care. But I do think it is very funny that we basically had these concrete plans to see each other over the 4 days that I incredibly randomly happened to be in a suburb of Dallas, in the same suburb where the guy lives. And he just completely blew me off when we had plans. I mean, nothing can be. And then it was funny. Then I called my mom and I was like, she goes, well, did you, this is a good impression of mine. I dust off this chestnut for the audience, but did you see Revan? Did you see Revan? I said, no, I didn't see Revan. And I'll tell you, and I kind of told, and I knew immediately, and because my mother, she'll just take the side. Anyone who does anything awful to me, she just takes their side for some reason. Super
healthy.
It's very healthy.
Great instinct.
Yeah. I go, no. And I said, we talked on the 27th. I sent him a text message the next day telling him exactly where I was staying, the exact length of time I was going to be. And I referenced
shared my location with him.
I dropped a pin
against his.
Yeah. I broke into the window of his house and I made it on his phone and I forced him. By the way, he has a fucking Android. What a shithead.
Oh, no.
I'm
the green
kidding.
bubble.
I have no idea what bubble his color is.
That would have been.
What color his bubble is.
That would have been.
Would have been something? Would that been
something?
Yeah,
I feel like that would be vindicating.
Right. What is it, pre-pal? You go to Metro PCS?
Right.
Do you spend too much?
Maybe he ran out of minutes on his burner.
Do you spend too much money on your cowboy hat? Anyway, so and this is the guy, if you remember, I had talked about maybe with you. This is the one that would always reference his ranch. I have a ranch.
Oh, God.
And it's 100 acres. I mean, okay, fine.
I don't know what the criteria for a ranch is, but
I
didn't know
think it sounds like a pretty small ranch to me.
100 acres.
Okay, here's another thing. Can you call a ranch if you're not actively like having cattle on it? And maybe he has cattle on it.
No, that's just land.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's land.
Done. Boom. It's land. Revan, you fucking asshat.
Unless it's ironic, like we used to call.
No. And I think
we used to call my cousins the Allen Ranch.
If it's ironic, it has to be like your lawn or something.
Sure.
And you like staple horns onto your cat. You're like, look at my cow. Look at my cow.
Right.
Something like
exactly.
That. And then we're really doing it.
Cow cat.
Yeah, look at my cow cat. Get over here. Let me give you some of that milk. I'll suck milk out of your pecker. I'm gonna blow my own
this
cat.
Thing's got barbed teats. this cat does.
Yeah, exactly.
One of them.
Oh God, it's so funny.
Texas cats.
Yeah. So anyway,
Texas feline.
So I like to think, like, again, I don't know this guy really. Although I will say, and I have a very vivid memory, the first adult penis I ever saw was his. And I wish it was.
Way to bury the lead.
Sorry. Well, it is what it is. Sorry.
I feel like that should have been in your response.
Well, I just remember it, and I wish, by the way,
I feel like he at least owes you like Dave and Buster's or something.
A redo.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
what had happened was
reunion.
He grew up in Northern Virginia. I grew up in around where our grandmother lives. And for some reason, there was a weekend where he was staying at my grandmother's. And I was also staying there at my grandmother's house. And I was probably 10, 11, and he was like 15. So he was, he already had a piece on him.
Yeah.
And so I remember the two of us were peeing in the same bowl. And I looked over to my left. And I was like, wow, he has hair. He has hair, and and then I started,
grass on the field.
Then I started tugging it. It got really hard.
For sure.
And then I dropped to my knees.
As you do.
And I licked the piss off his head. No, I know that really happened. But no, but I was like, I remember seeing his penis being like, wow, that's what a fucking man's dick looks like. Wow.
I mean,
because he was like,
you didn't say that out loud, right?
No, but
because that would be like real.
I bet the intake of air into my mouth, though, it probably made the curtains flutter in the bathroom.
Sure.
I was like, oh God.
I feel like seeing you may have just been good for the guy's ego.
Yeah,
I don't get why he didn't.
I imagine though he shows up at
ask you to stay at his house.
Shows up my Marriott, and I retell that story, and I'm like, hey, just for shits and giggles, let's go piss in the toilet together.
Right? You want a sword fight?
Yeah,
just
mine's bigger now.
Yeah,
but I shaved mine. You still have hairy nuts? Yeah, make the guy just want to leave. Anyway, so anyway, so that's what happened. So my mom goes, I told her the thing. I told her exactly like just the facts. Like I'm standing in front of one of my many small claims court judges.
Yeah.
I stood there and I said, 27th, we spoke. 28th, sent him a text message. It broke down the time I'm going to be there, the hotel where I'm staying, and I referenced the fact that how weird it is. I'm going to be in Plano. Not that it's his. Clearly, it's not. He has no responsibility to spend time with me.
Right.
But I'm going to be in Plano. Look forward to seeing you. I have nothing going on. Take it easy. I'll see you soon or whatever. Something along those lines, right? And first thing my mother says is, she goes, "Well, maybe he wasn't in town. Maybe he wasn't there." I'm like, I talked to him.
You would have mentioned that. Probably.
I talked to him on the 27th. Right. You can't. And actually, I did. I pretty much hung up on my mother, which I try not to do.
You know, it's interesting.
Go ahead.
What's interesting? I always felt like, not to be like,
no, go ahead.
Monday morning quarterback anybody's parenting. But I think like you want to be like, you want parents that are going to be right in the middle, like right neutral, because the thing that you're talking about where it's like, your mom is on the side of the other person every time. That's not good.
No.
And then you also don't want the kid who's like infallible that you spoil by you're always on their side no matter what.
Well, listen,
you got to be like a judge, like you know.
And
neutral.
by the way, I'm 50 years old. I'm pretty much unspoilable. I mean, don't worry.
No, I understand. Like,
I hear
it's
you
just
saying.
an interesting thing that you say that because you got to be kind of
with how I grew up. I definitely was not aired. No one aired on the side is spoiling me. I mean,
no. But you were on the other end where they took the side of whomever.
Yes. If you're gonna wet the bed 4 nights a week, you're either gonna sleep in it or change your own bed.
Right.
It's hardly spoiling.
Like she's given a like fucking edible arrangement to the priest that diddles you or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry his cock's not bigger.
Normally he has a bigger cum shot, Father. All right. Well, he's only 9, but still, I know. You should have thought. I know. Next time, why don't you try giving him a paper cut in his nuts? I think he likes that. So anyway, so I just was like, I said, you know what? It's so funny. This is me talking to my mother. I said, it's so funny. All you have to say is, yeah, that sucks. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
That's it. But no, now you got to be like, oh, he wasn't. I said, you know what? I'll talk to you later. And I think I just hung up. So that's it. I mean, it's really, really funny because there have been other with my vision. There have been, I mean, and I mentioned, I don't think I've talked about it in a while on the show, but there are other people in my family that have done things not dissimilar to this. And I've been like, can you believe it? And she's like, well, they're lovely. They're lovely people. He has a Honda EX.
She's dropping trim packages.
Yeah, trim packages. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That was my nickname in high school.
CRVSE. Yeah. Eddie Bauer.
Brian, do you know that is called navigation in 2009? That was
just put the address right in there. It gives you direction.
And not Waze on your phone when you plug it in.
Right.
It's integrated into the hardware. So that is what. So I didn't see the cousin. He reached out and said, you can come to my house. On the day of, and that was it. So, and then I actually called his brothers and sister, and they were like, hey, did you see Revan? And I said, no, I didn't see Revan. And let me tell you what happened. And they were like, you could tell they were just embarrassed. They were like, yeah. So that's it. But honestly, like I ultimately, it's something to talk about, and it does kind of make me laugh. Like I could, in my own head, I have such a desperate need to be liked that I can't even imagine. Like I can see blowing somebody off, but not like
I can see you blowing somebody.
Yeah, like right now. You want to see it right now?
Like maybe
you'll see the top of my head. Right. But you know what I mean? I can see somebody's like, oh yeah, I'll be in town, and just not calling them, but being like, we're gonna get together. And we're going to do this. And I heard that you have nothing going on. And I know that you can't see very well. And I know you're going to be in this. You're probably going to be 9 miles less from where I actually live. And I'll come get you. And for none of that stuff to happen. And then to be like, and then when I reach out to them, all right, now I feel like I'm over talking about it now, but it's very, very funny. So, so that's,
as somebody that lives in a place where everybody visits eventually.
Yes.
I maybe like I'm more sensitive to kind of the etiquette, but I always make an effort, even if it's like, I mean, I had a classmate that I was good friends with 20 years ago or whatever. And it's like, I at least made the effort. I think she ended up blowing me off or something happened.
Yeah. Which is
everybody's
fine.
Here for a convention or something. They're staying they're either staying in like Midtown Manhattan or like in Bensonhurst. Like they're either as far away from me as they humanly can be,
right,
geographically, but I'll still make the effort. And if I cannot, I will have a good reason. And
also you throw
I'll
it
give you a
out there.
recommendation.
You go, hey, you're in town. I've lived here for 20 years. If you want to grab lunch or grab dinner or a drink, let me, but just put it on them. Let's say, hey, you want to do it? Great. But if they come through with that and they go, oh yeah, I'd love to see you, then you got to honor the thing, because you offered or whatever it is. And also like
pay the piper.
I don't know, but like, okay, like for example, this weekend, excuse me, my cousin who lives in Martha's Vineyard, who I'm very close with. I haven't talked to him forever, but we're very close.
His cock? What kind of pieces he have?
Have I seen Adam's cock? Yeah, but he was like 9 and I was 21, and I can't talk about it anymore. No, I've never seen it. But good looking kid.
He's had a lot of therapy.
Yeah, he's a lot of his favorite doctor is Jim Beam, if you know what I mean. What? But anyway, no. So Adam and I are very close. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I'm 14 years older than he is. So, but he has a wife and they live in Martha's Vineyard, and she is coming to New York this weekend. And I'd never met the wife, but I thought to myself, I talked to my aunt, Cecilia, she did the show. Yeah. So I talked to Cecilia yesterday, and she was like, oh yeah, his wife is coming into town this weekend. And I was going to be like, oh yeah, have her look us up, or if she wants to see, blah, blah. And she's staying on the Upper East Side, but I don't know her. And I don't want her to feel like, at this point, I don't want her to feel obligated to see us because she's coming to see her friend. So, but if my aunt and I have a not close enough relationship where my aunt could say, hey, could you take Blossom out to lunch or whatever it would be? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll take her. I don't give a fuck, whatever. I mean, I'd like to meet her, but at the same time, I'm not going to impose.
She's not busy hosting Jeopardy. Blossom.
Yeah, Miley play it. Yeah, everybody loves Raymond or something.
Yeah.
What show was she on, Blossom? Was it called Blossom?
It was called Blossom. Yeah, Mayim Bialik.
Did I tell you that my half sister, that is her cousin?
Mayim Bialik?
Yeah, that weird?
Really?
Yeah. It's random. I know.
Wow.
Yeah, she went to a meet and greet to meet Mila Bialik, and Mila Bialik was kind of like, "Arr."
And they're related, and she's
very
like,
much,
hey,
very much.
I got the results. Like she has like a manila envelope,
a laminated manila envelope.
Wow.
Stained with high C.
Can't even open it. It's laminated.
No, it's laminated. No,
but she brought it.
Yep, there it is.
Weird. Wow, a meet and greet.
Interesting. It's more of a story than that, but I don't feel comfortable sharing it.
No,
but
probably.
Anyway, but okay. So there's the cousin thing. So again, so that happened, and the guy went out of his way to kind of treat me like an asshole. So that's fine. I'll never be in the same room as the guy again. And as far as I'm concerned, it's one less funeral I have to go to.
Sure.
And on that side of the family, I am running out of relatives that I actually talk to, and it's a shame, but I don't know what else I can do. So there you go. But I love you, Sean. I love you, Patty, and of course, Rob. I speak your name. You guys are great. So you don't get 4 of those. That's what I'm saying.
If you didn't hear your name.
If you didn't hear your name,
tune in next week.
That's good. Yeah, come in next week. Right, exactly. And I agree with everything you said in private about you know who. So I agree. Because now I'm just causing trouble. No one said anything about anybody, but those 3 are great. So as great as they are, that's as awful as the other one is. And we'll leave it there. Now, what I do want to discuss is, because I think you'll get a kick out of this. So
please.
I'll start. By the way, hi everybody. Should we go through the show for a minute?
Yeah, we can go through, or we can do it at the end.
Why don't we jump through now?
Yeah, we're about 48 minutes in.
Okay.
Let's say hi to some people.
Okay.
Our boy Ted.
What's up, Ted?
Our
How you
boy
doing?
Paul.
Do they have Happy New Year in London? In England, rather? Fuck that up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
right.
Ted, let us know. What's your local
Ted Lettuce? Although it doesn't look like you weigh around a salad. Lettuce.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
More of a cob guy.
Yeah.
Hello to Penelope.
Oh, Penelope. Really? A gal?
There's a couple of gals in here.
What's up, girls? What's up?
Hey,
holler at your boy.
Hey, girl. Paul says McRib is the reason I got my second DUI.
Oh, that's so great.
That sounds like it could be a joke or not.
When Paul,
knowing you two gindaloons.
Hold on. Let me have a private conversation with Paul on the show right now.
Yeah.
I know that you should make plans to come to New York. Obviously, don't come because it's going to be cold. But why don't you come around St. Patrick's Day or something, and then come and do the show? It'd be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's been since Brooklyn.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
Shit. Wow. Where does the time go?
Where does the time go?
And if you could bring my cousin Revan with you, then we can throw him in the East River. But right.
Yeah, we're gonna need you.
His last words.
Need you to paint a house.
His last words will be: "Steal. The election was stolen. Glub, 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 glub." All right. Yeah. Paul has such an epic. Oh, it's so. I love it. I love you, Paul. I get like emotional.
Right?
Yep.
He's a good boy.
He's the best.
Dr. Spergenberg.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a real name.
Hello to Colts. Yeah, I think he's probably a real.
Dr. Spergenberg.
I think he's probably a real doctor.
Yep.
Go
ahead.
Colt C.
Hey, Colt. Back at you.
Jake Hudson, who I actually know.
Oh, all right. Hi, Jake.
Citizen.
What's your favorite movie? If River Run Through It?
Macabre.
Okay. Really?
Jerseys to his left. Ted says, I think I qualify as a bear.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you absolutely qualify.
Yeah,
An English bear, no less.
Hello to
a Paddington bear.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hello to Decline Host.
What's up, Decline Host?
Hello to Tanktastic wrote a little message. He said LFG. That's what the kids say. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah.
That's what that stands for. He says LFG, a non-Zoom show.
Oh yeah.
How shows should be done. Thank you, Brian and Adam.
We never do Zoom shows.
Adam, this must be refreshing to do compared to the other show.
Oh, being cunty in there.
Are forced to laugh at. Oh, you
bitch.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah.
I have a great time on both of these.
Well, you could say it's a little better in the show, but that's fine. Whatever.
It's more personal.
I know you.
I can smell you.
Yep. Oh, that's right. You're never in the same room. I always forget. Yeah, I won't do Zoom shows. We've had Jerry Seinfeld wanted to do it.
Yeah.
The lead singer of Creedence Clearwater Revival,
Fogerty,
John Fogerty wanted. Yeah, but I said no.
No,
I don't care.
And he wants to do a live performance.
Although, guys, that rumor doesn't have a lot of credence.
Yeah.
Fucking shut up.
Fuck yeah. Dr. Spergenberg says, "When do you guys go up?"
Yeah, fucking.
This guy gets it.
By the way, I know I'm very excited because I haven't done the show in a couple of weeks, but because whatever. But I spent part of my New Year's Eve at the Plano House of Comedy in Plano, Texas, which was about, and I don't want to be snarky, but it was pretty depressing. That's
to answer your question. Will you go up?
I would have. Yeah, I was.
Plano.
I'll be honest with you. I was worried when I walked through the front door. I was going to get mobbed.
Right,
and I was going to take.
McCarthy.
Yeah, take a lot of it.
Brian, what are you wearing?
Yeah, take a lot of.
Wearing?
Take a lot of attention away from the headliner.
Sure. Which is whom?
They couldn't. Well, I will say I went to the bar, and the bartender was nice girl, and I was like, so who's? I used some industry terms so they knew I was in the business.
Right.
I said, who's the headliner?
Who's got a tight five? Yeah. Any guest spots?
And she said to me, she goes, "Oh, he's really funny, but I can't pronounce his name." So that's always
Indian
a good
fella.
No, it's something with a lot of Z's in it. Maybe like Albanian, or Armenian. I just combined those two. Albanian. Yeah, but he was from LA, and he was and then the opener was a local guy, which And I will say,
did you make sure and go up to him and give a lot of like suggestions?
Yeah, I said,
you should come down to my office. You'd get
I said,
get a lot of material.
I said, I do some crowd work in here, but how many times can you talk to the one guy?
Hey,
but right? And I will say one of the saddest things, and this is actually when I left, a woman shows up at the comedy club. They came out, their show was a midnight show, and I was there around 10:30. So it was nobody. It could have gotten busier, although I was talking to the bartender and the girl that worked at the front desk, who, by the way, you would think I would know this by now, but if you think someone's transgender, don't ask them if they are or not.
No, you certainly do not.
No, don't do that.
You certainly do not want to ask.
I said to the girl, I said, are you transgender? Because she was very lanky and tall, and she was pretty, but she didn't have. She had a very boyish figure.
Adam's apple.
She goes, no, I was born a girl. And I said, well, you better get back in the oven. You fucking not done baking.
I hope you kept the receipt. Wow, you asked, are you transgender?
Yes, I did.
There's literally no. That's like, are you pregnant? There's no.
Well, I've done that too.
There's no. I did do that by accident. Yeah. Not are you pregnant, but when are you?
My wife was with me. The woman pointed at it. And she goes, no, I'm retaining water. I said, oh, you sure are. What's the baby's name? Aquaman? Go ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fucking Evian.
Yeah. So this woman comes into the Plano House of Comedy, and I'm at the bar, and I was talking to the bartender. I asked her, I said, have you fucked the headliner yet? And she goes, no, I'm trying, but he has a girlfriend. I'm like, oh, these kids.
Wait, this really happened?
Yeah, everything really happened.
That's hilarious.
Everything really happened.
That's very funny.
because she was like goofing around with me, and
you say the darndest thing, so I have to ask.
Fair enough, but it's always what I really said. So, yeah, yeah. It's like that's my standard question to anybody who works in a
the headline.
Yeah, if you work in a comedy club,
the porter,
especially if it's not if it's not in the city, you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, go to joederosacomedy.com. He has his show coming up at Gramercy Plaza. I don't know the date. It's like January 18th or something, but he's doing Bennington and Jim Sam next week and blah, 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 blah. But he's got a show coming up at Gramercy. I'm going to go. I'm actually going to with Jocelyn. We're going to go check it out. But it's at the Gramercy Theater. Go to Joe DeRosa Comedy. I don't know. Just did a little stupid plug for him there, I guess. But he's told me some stories, which I cannot tell, but they are.
Just know he has
Joe's out there making all the right moves.
Out there.
He is really shaking. He is fucking on shaking and moving. He's on the bleeding edge.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so the girl, Matt, I'm talking to the bartender. I say to her, "Have you fucked the headliner?" She goes, "No, he has a girlfriend." And I said, "Nobody has a girlfriend in Plano." And I winked at her. And
it's like international waters.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. I mean,
no monogamy.
Yeah, I mean, I got fucked by my cousin in terms of loneliness.
God fucking, you should have fucking taken that material to the stage.
Oh, I'm gonna blow the dust bunnies.
And really kind of stream of consciousness.
Hey man,
what else is in the news?
Can anybody lend me a black tank top? I mean, turtleneck. I fucked that.
No, you put on a military jacket and you bring up the paper.
Yeah. Hey,
this
is what they don't want you to hear. Right, exactly. So Gorbachev's in the news.
Can you play some soft jazz behind me?
Little Dave Brubeck, please.
Right.
Thank you. A little Chet Baker or Chet Atkins. Actually, we're in Texas. Okay. So I go. There's this girl. She comes into the bartender, and she's this kind of heavyset blonde girl, and she's putting on lipstick at the bar. It's already bumming me out. And the bartender comes over, and she goes, "Oh, I remember you from last week. So great to see you again." And the girl goes, "Yeah, well, if you don't have any plans for New Year's, it's just fun to come somewhere and be entertained." I know. I was like, I gotta go. Wow. So I just left, and that was more or less that was my New Year's Eve. I went back to the Marriott. I had it. No. I sort of barely masturbated and went right to bed.
Sure.
Wow. So anyway, so now, but okay. So hi everybody, welcome to the show.
I didn't even finish going through all the.
There's a lot of people. So thank you, everybody.
There's another lady, Michaela. There's another lady.
What's up, Michaela?
Lars.
Hey, Lars. Do you like Metallica or something?
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
She says, "Brian, you are such a great storyteller.
Thanks,
you
Mary.
and Adam have such a good rapport."
Thank you.
Are you new Patreon member here?
Oh shit. Okay, good. So we'll get to that. All the new Patreon people, thank you. It's really nice of you. We will do a more formal get to know you when we get to the actual.
And then Dr. Spergenberg says, "Pretend you don't know me, Adam," but I don't think I do know you.
Maybe I'm sure it sounds like a nom de plume.
Spergenberg.
Have you gone to your primary care physician anytime recently?
Yeah, I think I just saw Spergenberg a couple of days ago.
So what do you have? Jerry Lewis-itis? Spergenberg.
Oh boy.
This is my Ozempic weight loss.
They're probably. Do you think that's why all the gals are coming?
They're like, yeah. Brian McCarthy in his swimmer's build.
Sure.
Okay, let me get to the Texas shit. So then the night of now 29th, I'm in Plano, Texas. I have nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing, blah, 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 blah. So, but I'm staying in this sort of walking mall thing, which was separated by an enormous road that had a crosswalk. I think I'm the only person that's ever actually used that crosswalk.
Yeah.
I mean, the paint was like shining white. Everything there looked like it was about 10 minutes old. And I was in Legacy Center East. And then Legacy Center West, which was across that huge road, was much nicer. It had like a Gucci and a Fendi and a Louis Vuitton, and it had a Tommy Bahama where I did actually have a meal. It had a Radisson, not Radisson, Renaissance Hotel. And it was on that side. And there were like apartments and shit. You could live there. Living above a Keels. That's the dream. So,
oh my God. Could you imagine?
Right. Guys, send up some toner, would you? So that was, but Legacy East, where I was staying, was like still nice, but not nearly as nice. They didn't have it was a little more down market. So I had to walk over to the nice part of town. Anywho, so now it's the 30th, and I'm like, what am I going to do with myself? Because it's the night before New Year's Eve. So I had I Googled best steakhouse in Dallas. Almost broke my darn computer.
Right.
And the thing came up, Pappas, Pappas, which apparently some Greek family. When I went
Pappas.
When I went down there, I kept saying, so I hear this place is owned by dirty Greeks.
They love that kind of humor.
They do. Hey, don't drop your fork in this place. Get a fucking cock up your peck up your ass. Hey, bakla don't. So anyway, so I find this place, Papa's, right? And so I'm like, I'll go there. I'll just go down there. I didn't make a reservation because number one, I thought correctly that the 30th, not many people go out. Everyone's saving it up for the big show tomorrow night, right? So wherever I was going to go, even if it was going to be placed ordinarily Saturday night, it's going to be very popular and busy. I figured it wouldn't be that busy because the night before New Year's Eve, right? So I tell the Marriott people, I'm like, I'm going into Dallas. They were like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
We have everything you need in Plano.
Right.
There's a Bob's Steakhouse. That's where I went the night after. We have a Bob's here. It's almost just as good.
Wow.
And I said, no, I'm going into Dallas. And I said, would you please call a Lyft for me? And they go, oh, it's $35 to go into Dallas. Now, here in New York City, a Lyft or an Uber, it's $35 to go down the end of your block. So I went, ha, 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 small change for me. Thank you. So I got in the Lyft. I got down to Papa's, and on the way, I was talking to the driver, and he goes, "Oh, we got to a light when we get off the freeway." And he goes, "Oh, look, there's hookers." And sure enough,
really,
Dallas has streetwalkers. I know they have streetwalkers.
Look at you!
How very throwback. What a throwback!
That's
it was like
crazy.
It was like seeing someone try to program a VCR clock or something. So they were hookers on the side of the road. And
streetwalkers.
Yeah. And then I said to the Lyft driver, I said, "Oh, let's pull over. I'll take some of them with me to Papa's."
Oh, and you could grab a date,
like Dudley Moore in Arthur,
or like your own kind of personal Pretty Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Ooh, this was definitely this was the straight to video version.
It's just dinner conversation. You don't have to actually.
Yeah, well. If I'm paying $40, I'm getting my money's worth.
Right.
You can the lady will have the mozzarella sticks. So
the cream spinach.
Tell me what is fentanyl like? So that was it. So we drive by the hookers. We get to this Papa's place. We go in and big place, and they have one of those. It actually looked. I didn't actually have a steak because I'm on this Ozempic. I can barely eat anything. So I had some devils wrapped in devils on horseback, which, as we all know, those are scallops wrapped in bacon
wrapped scallop.
Very good. Actually, I believe an angel on horseback is a scallop. A devil on horseback is a shrimp. Sorry, everybody.
Okay,
just lost all our Patreon.
Devil in a blue dress.
I saw him on the corner in Dallas, and it wasn't. And it was
You said, "Are you transgender? Any of you transgender?
Any of you working girls transgender?"
Here?
Yeah, I know. Such an idiot. I know. She was so nice too. She was young too.
Wow.
Yeah. And even the bartender who didn't get to fuck the headliner was like, "You really asked her that? Is that why she's in the back crying?"
Right.
I'm so tired of people asking me that.
Right.
Yeah. She was wearing
pushing up the ceiling tile.
She's wearing a bowler hat. So I get the Papa's, go to the bar. Bar is pretty empty. I sit at the bar. And of course, whenever you sit at the bar, people talk to you. And and this couple shows up. And actually, they weren't a couple. They were just two black people. So I assume they were a couple. I mean, I don't like
related. They're probably related.
Yeah, right. Flowers in the black attic or something. Yeah. Don't eat the fucking powdered sugar fried chicken donuts, kids. You're gonna get fucking cancer. Flowers in the black attic. Jesus Christ. Okay, take it easy. So there was a couple, and the guy was talking to the woman, and he had a very like a beautiful speaking voice. So I said to the guy, I said,
"You transgender."
Hey, you transgender.
It was like Letterman. I'm just gonna keep calling. Yeah. You got any gum?
Yeah. Pardon me, boy. You transgender? Yeah.
You transgender?
Yeah. So I said to the guy,
got a great speaking voice.
I said, "Excuse me." I said, "You have a really mellifluous speaking voice. I'm enjoying the dulcet tones of your speaking voice." And the woman goes, is that a real word, mellifluous? And I said, yes, it's a real word. It means like a,
hey, it's not your fucking cousin.
Yeah, but it's not fucking.
Black people have crazy names.
It's not the bad lady from fucking from what is the movie called? I fucked it up. The one she turns into a Little Mermaid. Maleficent, right? Isn't Maleficent?
I don't know this movie.
No, Maleficent is the bad. Who's?
Oh, the Little Mermaid.
Yes,
Ariel.
But who's the mean lady? The one that looks like a big octopus? Is it Maleficent?
I don't know.
Paul would know. He's a big Disney queen.
Yeah, Paul, right in.
Yeah,
he's a Disney queen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like been 9 times in a month this month.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if they ever build a Walt Disney World in Puerto Rico, he'll never leave. Hey, welcome to the Walt Disney World. He's goofy over here.
Well, I didn't know he was a big Disney guy.
I'm just kidding. He's not really.
Nick says Ursula.
Oh fuck. Who's Maleficent? That's a bad lady and from one of the Disney movies. Maleficent. 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 Well, anyway, I said look it up because I didn't even make the joke anyway. So who cares?
From
Go ahead. It's a movie with Catherine.
I'm seeing her, but
it doesn't matter because I fucked up the whole thing anyway.
Was she played by Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
In something?
Yeah,
What's
probably.
The fucking movie?
No,
Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
Fairy Tale?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
Nick's Sleeping Beauty. These guys are
a
couple of Disney queens in here.
I'll be seeing you at Gay Disney Day.
You guys are hired.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Only Disney related facts that we need to know.
Yep. You got to
we only do Disney.
You go to Disney, get a concierge because you're going to wait in lines everywhere. I went to that. I went to at Universe's Edge or the Galaxy's Edge, the Disney Star Wars thing.
Okay.
We went to one of the big big rides, and the woman comes up. We work for the Empire. She goes, "Yo, you must know that you rebel scum will have the plans." I said, "You better not fucking kill us or something." My kids are like, "Oh, shut up." Oh no, here comes Darth Vader. He's gonna make us all go to Tatooine and fucking die in the desert. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so I sit at the bar and the woman goes, "I'm going to look that word up." I said, "Well, look it up."
Mellifluous?
Yeah.
She didn't believe you.
I said, "Look it up if you want. It's a fucking real word. I'm not making up words." She looks up and she goes, "Oh, it is a real word." I said, "Yeah, no shit. I know it's a real word. I used it in the right context."
Wow. She was trying to call you on.
Well, we were all kind of having fun.
She was chipping you.
Yeah, she was chipping me. She was busting my balls a little bit, And then and then the guy, and then they had ordered burrata, and the guy didn't know really what burrata was. Okay. And the bartender described burrata to him, but he didn't do a very good job. Yeah. So I can understand the confusion. But the guy shows up and the guy looks at it and he goes, "Oh, this burrata looks mellifluous." And I said, No. I said, no. I said, "I'm sorry. I don't want to get in trouble here." I said, "But you can only refer to a voice or as mellifluous. It can't.
Not a cheese.
It's an adjective. You can't. Cheese cannot be mellifluous." Okay. Excuse me.
I love a burrata.
Oh, me too.
Burrata.
Right. Yeah. But the guy that worked the bartender, he goes, he referred to as high-end mozzarella. I'm like, that's not what it is. You fucking
like a really soft, it's succulent.
It's a triple cream, fresh milk.
Right, with your fancy words.
It's a cow's milk cheese. It's never been, it's never been pulled. Ugh. Speaking of never been pulled, go ahead. I died a virgin.
Cousin Kevin.
Cousin. Oh, I hate him so much. Let's all hope he gets cancer. Get cancer. All right. Anyway, so then as I'm leaving, I go to Brandon, the bartender, and I say to Brandon, I go, because I didn't want to go home yet. I'm out with the kids in the corner and everything. So I said, "Hey, Brandon, in New York," because I want to. By the way, when you go anywhere, if you keep saying you're from New York, people love that. You go, I go, Brandon, I'm from New York, as we discussed, and being from New York, a lot of the bartenders will have passes to. I'll cut right to the chase. Do you have any free passes to a titty bar? And he goes, "You know what? I just ran out." He goes, "But I'll give you my general manager's card, Tommy Papadopoulos."
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
General manager's card.
He goes, "I'll give you the card. When you go to the place that I'm going to send you to, just ask for Paolo. He's a general manager." And, because all I wanted to do is
card.
I didn't want to meet anybody. I didn't want any VIP treatment, although because I was on VH1 18 years ago, they probably would be excited. I get it. But I just wanted to walk in there and I did not want to pay $25. That's all this was. So gives me the card. Of course, I said, "How far away is it?" He goes, "You could walk, but you should take a car. So I took like a $5 Lyft. I know, but I mean, I had to go under the freeway. I mean, I never would have made it. Plus, those hookers would have probably stabbed me. Yes. I mean, it wasn't.
You would have gotten rolled.
Yeah, would have gotten rolled
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. In a mellifluous way.
Mellifluously rolled.
Yeah, mellifluously rolled. That's right. So I go to this place, and it's called like the Gold Room or something like that. I think it was called the Gold Room.
Ooh, Dallas. I bet Dallas has got a good strip club.
Big scene there. Big scene.
Yeah.
He said the two best places in Dallas. And again, my version of the best place and their version of the best place is probably a lot different. But he goes, this is the spot. He goes, you go. And so I walk in, and it looked like Nero's castle. Like, I mean, I went in there, and it was the doors were huge, these giant like burgundy doors, and you walked in, it was
like the Show Palace in Long Island City.
Just
like Vegas style. It looks like, am I in the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Very
party of eight.
Right.
So I walk in, and there's a
menu.
There's a girl working, and again, it was very quiet because it was the night before New Year's Eve. So okay. So I go in, I see the girl, and I said, "Hi, I just ate at Papa's." I didn't want to say I didn't have a mistake, but I just said, I don't know why that would even matter. But I said
I did have a like they would have.
Yeah. I had the angels on horseback and a piece of key lime pie.
They would have been. Wait, let me smell your breath.
Yeah, get over here.
Wait. Just cream spinach.
This card is good only for people that had some protein.
Yes.
And so she goes, I said, the general manager told me that here, Paulo.
Did you ask for Paulo?
She goes, oh, I'll get him. I said, no, I don't want to meet Paulo. I just want to not pay $25. She goes, no, he'll come out. It'll be fun. You're fun. I go, well, she
didn't want to meet Paulo. Were you too good for Paulo?
So she gets on the
bring up Paulo.
Fucking the
sure, she got
walkie-talkie on her neck, on her little earpiece. She goes, Heather at the door for Paulo. Heather at the door for Paulo. He's coming right up. I'm like, oh no. So then the door opens.
Paulo to the main stage. Yeah, here comes Paulo.
He comes to the
front door. Drop a little greenery for the scenery. Paulo.
You're making me laugh. He comes to the front door like Kramer, your favorite.
Sure.
Only for his political views. But he comes to the front door.
Live show.
He's a bald guy with a little oil ponytail on the back of his head. And he's in a tuxedo. And he's got very pencil-y facial hair. Right? Super nice guy.
So, and he's either a strip club manager or a villain. Yeah, he had a bald cap.
Yeah. He's like, I just tied some damsels to train tracks. Right. What can I do for you? Choo choo. So anyway, so he comes to the front, he comes through the front door, and he sees me, and he goes, hey. And I go, hi, I went to Papa's, and I'm here. I had the card. And he goes, oh, where are you from? And I go, I'm from New York. He goes, I'm from New York. And
really?
I said, let me guess, Bensonhurst, big Italian area. He goes, yeah. So I started going, caro mio ben credi mio, and he goes, senza di te. So
my God.
So now Paulo and I are singing to each other.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking love fest. And he goes, I moved to America, a very little accent, when I was 16 from Venice.
He's like a real fucking guinea.
I said, oh, Northern, you must like the artichokes. Oh, he goes, oh, the fucking artichokes. And he goes, let me get you seated. And as we're walking, I said, listen, now we're away from Heather at the front door. And I said, listen, just so you know, I'm no champagne, none of that shit. I just want to come and look around, say hi for a minute, and I'm going to leave.
Sure.
So he goes, yeah, all right, no problem. All right,
sure. Say hi.
Yeah, I just want to case the joint.
Right.
I was in the industry for a little bit.
You're campaigning.
Yeah. I want to make stripper small talk. How many Doric columns you guys got in this place? This is nice. A lot of window treatments for indoors.
Wow, tufted doors.
Yeah, tufted doors. Someone's doing well. Show me the library suite.
Yes.
So he sits me down. Dancer comes right over. She sits down. She's from El Salvador. And I said, what do you I heard they have migrants in Texas. I didn't know they worked at the titty bar. Go ahead. Bye, honey. I love you. So she sits down, and I just said to her immediately, I said, listen, I'm not going to get any dances. I'm not going to the champagne room, but I am curious as to like the lay of the land. So
sure.
Waitress comes over. Let me buy you a glass of wine or something. And
I'm in school for strip club management.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
the management program.
Yeah.
In Denton.
I'm up at I'm up at Cornell. Their Zoom titty bar hospitality program. So I said to her, she goes, what's the deal? She goes, all right, over there, 3 dances for $100. She goes, champagne room, $350 to the house. She knew I was an industry guy. She's using these terms now.
Yeah.
500 for me for half an hour, or 1,000 for an hour. And she goes, but I will. I know, right? She goes, but I will tell you.
Certified public accountant.
Yeah. She goes, what do I play for the Dallas basketball team, which I can't think of right now? Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Right? Okay, good. Okay, there you go. She goes, it's very private and there's no cameras. And I said, for $1,000, I want video evidence of this hand job.
Yeah, I want multicam.
Yeah, I want to be able. I want
live switching.
I want an edited DVD, like when you can go to a mall in the late 90s and have them make
sizzle reel.
Yeah, exactly. Why not do hard yet? I don't know. She sounds like that, but she tells me that's the deal, and she laughs. And then so funny. As soon as she's like talking to me, I said, "Listen, you're not going to get any money out of me, so I understand if you want to leave."
Yeah,
so,
you gotta I always say the same thing. I'm like, I don't want to keep you.
Yeah,
that's also like I want you to stop talking to me.
That's and that's like, you're also
interrupting.
Yeah, you're also gaslighting.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot going on when you say that to an entertainer. So I said thank you, and she leaves. So then I just have my my sugar-free Red Bull, and I drink half of it. And I'm like, this thing tastes like batter acid.
Late.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it tonight. So as I'm on my way out the door, I use the restroom, and I go in the bathroom. There's a bathroom attendant there. It was so funny because I wanted to tip the guy, but I only had 20s, you know. So I said, can you break a 20? And he had like already like in a paper clip, like 20s, like already. With $1. I'd never seen this before. It was like origami. It was like 19 like singles this way.
Yeah.
With $1 pulled out that way. So it was easy to give him the
your
dollar.
Card.
Yeah.
You're like, as a matter of fact, it is.
I'm thinking of a number. Is it 4? No. Give me another number. Between 1 and 4.
They have them all fucking ready.
Yeah, but he was like, he was like ready to go.
Yeah,
and
everybody's got a 20.
Yeah. So as I'm urinating, I notice against the wall, there's a row of lockers. Like as if, and I said to the guy, I said, what is there, like a AAA hockey team here? Why are all these lockers in the back of the wall? Wow. And immediately, the only thing that I could think of that made any sense was, I thought to myself, what if they, the hosts come in from work? And even though this place is like 5 million square feet, maybe they come in, they go in the back, and Paulo takes off whatever Cavaricci's and ballet shoes he's wearing. And it probably takes him 40 minutes to take off his jewelry. And what if he puts that stuff on and he puts on his like tuxedo? And the house mom, there's always a house mom who's in the who's always in the ladies area. She comes out and he steams their tuxedos, and it's like a whole thing. So all I could think of is these tuxedos were a place where these hosts would come in from the street and put on their host outfit for the night. So I asked the bathroom attendant. I said, "Hey, guy, what's with all these what's with all the lockers?" And he goes, "Oh, we have a jacuzzi room here." I said, "What?
What?"
I know. I said, "What do you mean you have a jacuzzi room?" He goes, "Oh yeah, behind that door." And there was a door. Sure enough, there was a door there that had like those like those signs like in a hotel, like more than. I said, "How many people fit in that jacuzzi?" He goes, 12, about 12, 10 or 12.
Intimate jacuzzi room.
Or I'm sure you just go into one. I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to fill it.
Shit.
It's not like a clown car, but so. I didn't, this is my mistake. I didn't ask enough questions because in my mind, I was reeling. I have been around the block. I have never in my life heard of a strip club where you go in and you can either go to the champagne room or whatever, or you can take a hot tub or go in. And
do you have to bring trunks?
That was my question. I thought to myself, is there like a pro shop or something, or do I know? Yeah, do I know? Yeah, is part of my experience. Like the girl brings me in and she's like, "You look good in these."
Sure. Or do you just go in your briefs? Okay.
No, that part I can't imagine. That cannot be legal. I'm sure all kind of shenanigans happen in that room.
Oh my God.
You can't just walk in buck naked. That's
like probably where like rappers go and stuff. Like that's like when Ludacris is playing at the convention center.
Number one, you'd have to get changed in like the communal men's room, which just seems weird.
Yeah, very weird.
And where I was pissing was like 4 feet away from where these lockers are. So it wasn't a private locker area.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole
Jacuzzi room.
That was totally wild, right?
That
was
is
totally weird.
Really, I would like to know more.
At some point, I want to go. There's got to be like a Reddit thread or
I'm sure
something, because I want to find out like, how does that work? Like, do you bring your own suit? Do you like pack a bag? Like, do you say to all your friends, like, it's my birthday, I want to go to the jacuzzi room at the Gold Place?
And what goes on in
and also that water must look like egg drop soup.
What manner of debauchery exactly?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I have
to served with a fortune cookie.
I've heard of like soapy massage. I mean, if this was in like, another country, I wouldn't even blink. But
sure,
I was like,
yeah, Thailand.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Of course,
Phuket.
Yeah,
perhaps
it's come standard.
Yeah, but the idea that you could go to Dallas strip club and go in the
holy shit.
So I went out and I had to wait for my Uber or Lyft rather, and I was talking to the girl and she was like telling me. By the way, I picked up a lot of Instagram followers when I was in Dallas.
Sweet.
Yeah, about 9 or 10. That's how you. I like to do social media one like at a time. So, but she was like, "Oh, you do
a lot of thirst traps."
I told her about the podcast, and she's like, "Who do you have on?" And I said, "Like, I don't know, a lot of people, mainly comics, I guess, and transgender,
everything from
Howard,
big name comedians and adult performers to a guy from the neighborhood.
Yeah,
crazy guy from the neighborhood.
Do you know Howard? Weirdly racist Howard.
Oh, Hollywood Howard.
Yeah, Hollywood Howard.
Sure.
Who got drunk and started ranting about how black people shouldn't.
Oh
yeah, sorry, everybody. Yeah. Didn't see that one coming. But
I don't remember him really saying anything racist. But maybe
he at one point in the Patreon show, and this will just be a commercial for the Patreon in case you're not on the Patreon. Yeah. Howard started going off about how women, particularly black, he doubled down. And I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to get Howard any more. I mean, at this point, but something along the lines of, women of color should not run Harvard. So, like, I don't know how.
Oh, he was talking about all this sort of
but that was the
stunt casting that they're doing with all the
more like cunt casting. Am I right, everybody?
Yeah.
Anyway, but he made a point to reference her race and certainly her gender, which
best candidate is the one who gets it. It's a very
who's white and a man.
Just best candidate.
No, but he made a particular point. I'm not trying to get Howard in trouble.
No, but he was saying the reason why she got it is
because she was
a diversity hire.
Yeah, yes, but he was dialing into that particular thing.
Sure.
So anyway,
So
get the Patreon, folks.
Cool. Speaking of that, we got to jump back.
All right, then let me finish this because I do want to get to because I feel like we haven't done
or we can just keep going and we can just make it all one
well, I tell you what, let me finish this and then on the Patreon I want to talk to you about something else. So we'll do this and we'll do just a little Patreon. Yeah, because I know you places to be. I know you're not mine all day. So all right. So anyway, so I'm talking, but the woman at the front desk of the strip club, she goes like, who? And I said, and by the way, I said Emma Stone by accident. She's like, you've had Emma Stone on your show? I said
Emma Stone by accident. What is that?
Emma Stone is an actress.
I know, but how do you say that?
Because I was.
You were trying to say Emma Rose.
Yeah, I was trying to say Emma Rose.
Oh, okay.
Goes,
I was like,
Emma
that's.
Stone?
I said Alec Baldwin by accident.
Yeah. She goes,
it slipped.
She goes, oh my god, I'm a huge fan. And I said, well, yeah, I mean, she's great. She was really fun on the show.
She still has her cock?
Wait,
what now?
Well, we figured it out pretty quickly.
Quite a misunderstanding.
I said, how long have you liked transgender porn stars? She goes, what? And I said,
that's hilarious.
Emma. I said, no, Emma Rose.
You could have been talking about Evan Stone too. Isn't he? He's a famous
she's
male.
Never
talent.
done our show though. I mean, there was some. I was talking about people that have done the show.
I know.
So anyway, we figured out, and weirdly, she was a bigger fan of Emma Rose than Emma Stone. She was like, "Oh my god, Emma Rose, what's she really like?" I'm like, "I don't know. She's very nice. I don't know." She left.
Knew Emma Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Everyone knows that. So, and the last thing I'll say, and everybody, thank you, Happy New Year, Brian, an interview show. But what I want to say is, so then the next night, I didn't want to leave. I was so tired of getting in Lyft for an hour. Although I did go to Buc-ee's, which is a giant, what do you call it?
Jacuzzi strip club.
Yeah, jacuzzi strip club.
Oh, Buc-ee's. I've heard of Buc-ee's.
I've been there. Yeah, I was there.
Like a big.
On New Year's Day, I was there for like an hour and a half. I was so bored. I was talking to the woman giving away baked cheese doodles for like an hour and a half. She was like, I'm like, am I bothering you? She's like, no one's ever talked to me this long. It's fine. Yeah, no, I will get my kids back. Yeah, she's got a lot of problems.
You have to testify now.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah.
You're her guarantor now.
She's like, can I get on Instagram from the public library computer? Probably. Does my Cricket have internet? No.
Probably.
So anyway, but New Year's Eve night, I went to a place called Bob's, which is like a very fancy steakhouse they're everywhere. It's like a Mastro's kind of vibe thing.
Yeah.
So I go in, now it's New Year's Eve, a lot busier. I walked in. I was wearing my Blind for Love sweater. People were like a lot of cowboy hats. I mean, people are like, "You're in Texas. You get it."
It's legit.
really a thing.
Yeah, I've only ever been to Austin, which I'm told is not really Texas.
No, and they'll tell you they're either saying that because they're proud of it, or they're like, "Yeah, Austin, it's our Portland."
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
If you want a mulatto queer, that's where you go.
Mm-hmm.
But so I go to Bob's. I sit down at the bar by myself. There's this couple to the right of me. Guys wearing a cowboy hat. There's a woman. They're in there probably mid-70s, and she starts talking to me. She goes, "Well, where are you from?" And I said, "Well, I'm from New York," which I love saying. I go, "Oh, I'm better than you." And she goes, "Oh, you are?" I said, "Yes, I'm a transgender Jewish communist."
Did you really say that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
yeah, I really say everything.
I like it.
So then her husband kind of looks over to me, and he's like kind of giving me like the fisheye a little bit.
I like that in Texas.
Yeah. And he starts talking to me a little. She's talking to me more than he is, and she goes, "Oh, we love to see shows and blah 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 blah."
Of course,
yeah, all that shit. So right, and
go to Carmine's.
So we're talking, and the husband was like, the husband kept doing like he kept trying with me. Like he was like, "Well, I bet you're here." Well, exactly. Meet me in the bathroom so I can suck your Jew dick.
Try with me.
Yeah, try with. It was a handicap stall.
He was baiting you.
3 down. Come in. I'm HIV positive, so don't swallow it. So he goes to me and he goes, "Oh, you better get a steak while you're in Texas." And I said, "Well, I had one the other night at a place over called Rick's in Martinville, where the fuck I was, Martinville, Marriottburg, some bullshit." And I said, he goes, "Oh, I know Rick's, and it's a good place,
Radissonville."
Yeah. And I go, I said I might just have and actually the bartender came over and I said, "I'm just gonna have the steamed vegetable platter." And we all had a laugh. And then as he's,
do you have anything vegan?
Yeah, exactly. Something with tempeh.
Right. I'm celiac.
Yeah, tempeh of doom. I fucking Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So the woman.
So
the guy says to me, he goes, "Well, I know you. I'm sure you miss your wife and your children, but at least yesterday you get to see Jimmy Johnson inducted into the Hall of Fame."
And
I looked at the guy.
I watched that,
and I said, and I was not kidding. I said, "Who's Jimmy Johnson?
What the fuck are you talking about?"
I said, "Who's Jimmy Johnson?" And he looks at me like as if I had a Boy Scout's cock in my mouth. And he goes, "Jimmy Johnson, the coach of the Dallas Cowboys." And I said, "Oh, I thought like you meant like the Sausage King of Chicago."
Jimmy.
From Ferris Bueller, right? And he looks
thinking of Jimmy D.
And I said, "Sorry, I don't know football." I said, I'm more of a Gilded Age gal." And that was the end of that conversation.
Both.
Yeah. And then he just left. And then they were like,
"Oh my God."
I think I like ruined his night. And then as he was leaving, he turned to the bartender. He goes, "Well, Happy New Year." And he makes eye contact with me. He goes, "Because next year we're going to have ourselves a new president."
Oh.
And it was like a mic drop. And he
holy
just left.
Shit. Wait, this was the guy that you were talking to?
Yeah, same guy.
Johnny Cowboy Hat?
Yeah.
The big Jimmy Johnson.
So anyway, all right. That was my big trip.
Wow. I got to look next time.
Go ahead.
Just remind me if you're ever going to a place like Texas, and I'll load you up with like masculine talking points. You know because you could have been like, I thought it's crazy. Like, I don't understand why is Troy Aikman already inducted?
It'd be great if you gave me masculine talking points, but they were just off a little bit. You know what I mean? You're like, now remember, the Dallas Cowboys, they don't actually play in Dallas. They play in Houston, but they call them the Dallas Cowboys because J.R. Ewing used to own the team. And I'm like, that sounds like it all worked. That all checks out.
Right.
I'm like, I met Larry Hagman once at the ABC Carpenter Home on Broadway. You're like, what? No, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, which is in Houston. He'd be like, "Oh man, what the fuck?"
Just confused them.
Yeah. He's like this Yankee. All right, everybody. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Come visit soon. Come on, let's stop it.
We miss you.
And they do Christmas there until like the end of January for three kings.
Yeah.
Frankincense, myrrh and gold. Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you. That's it. Goodbye. We'll see you later.
All right.
All right.